What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is your boy RC, RC9 at 9, RC Interviews. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We have a special guest tonight. Thank you for checking in with us. We got King Bron in the building. Yes, on this Christmas Eve. We have a Christmas Eve special. We're going to bring him here in a moment. He is definitely in the building. You know, we got the Chris Brown playing in the background. If you're in here, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come on in. There's no other place to be than with the RC9 at 9 on this Christmas Eve, y'all. We got a good one for y'all today. Let's give us a few moments and we get this rock and rolling. Hope everybody's Christmas Eve is going well. Hope you got your shopping done. You're spending time with the family and loved ones. See, I'm in the Christmas spirit here. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays from us to you. I'm going to get him in right here. I think he's in the building right here. Let's bring him on in. And let's get right to it. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. King Bron in the building.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, brother? Hey, man. Happy
I'm chilling,
holidays.
man. I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, brother. Yes, sir. Good
Happy holidays to you too, brother.
And I also want to say happy belated birthday. You just celebrated a birthday the other day. Yesterday.
Yes, I did. Appreciate it. Yesterday, actually, by the way. It was good.
Man,
I got to
first
spend
of
it
all,
with you,
welcome
man.
to RC9 Interviews, RC9 at 9 on this Christmas Eve. So, you know, this week we're doing something different. We were doing like a model week special. You know, started off on December 21st on the first day of winter. And when I say model, not know what you do. We know that you're a fitness trainer and things of that nature. And you know, I seen some pictures. You got your modeling on now. You made it do what it do now. I say, but there's definitely some things we're going to touch on as far as that word model and what a model really means. But once again, thank you for coming in. Before I really get into it, just introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from, who you are, and I'll pick it up from there.
Right. LeBron Collins, born and raised in Jersey City. It's always been you know what's crazy, because this is actually my first time actually
really
going live like this. So it's definitely yeah man, it's definitely new to me, and it's definitely a pleasure for you to be my first person to be going live with.
Much appreciated. We're glad to have you here, man. I've been look, family time. Oh, look at those guys. Hey, he got Spider-Man. I'm ready for the web to come to the camera.
Yeah, he's very camera savvy. Like, yup, get up out of there. Yeah, man. But yup, Jersey City, born and raised, and I love it. Jersey City, you know, Jersey City is a rough place to actually grow up in, just like Newark. So I always had to like just be cautious of basically how I move, and I also wanted to just stay out of trouble. So fitness was my way of staying out of trouble. Growing up in Jersey City, I was always working out with you know, people inside the hood. I always grew up like filming around a lot of guys that was older than me, so they used to have me battling other people inside the projects. Yeah. I got little man. I'm gonna put $20 on him. He gonna do more pull-ups than you. And that's basically, yes, sir.
At the age of 9.
This started at the age of 9. I was going against age of 9. I was in the hood straight battling guys and doing pull-ups. So that's what I started off with, just basically just doing pull-ups and push-ups, all natural body movements. And from there, I was able to elevate myself and go to the next level in high school. I didn't even know I was actually going to be a fitness trainer. I know I always had a passion for working out and everything, but I didn't know that it was going to go to this level. I always manifested what I wanted to do in my life. And when certain things didn't work out, I had the ability to just adapt. And that's what I was doing. I was just adapting to my surroundings and my environment.
You being growing up at the age of 9, you really, you've been challenged and pushed in fitness. Like it was grooming you for where you are today, basically. So were you like one of those kids at 9 years old, cut up and cock diesel and just like?
I actually was. I was one of those. I was actually one of those kids that was always skinny, but I always had heart. I always had a lot of heart growing up. I played football, so I was always one of the littlest people on the team. Birthday is December
Okay.
23rd, so it falls right at the end of the year. So I was always playing with people, and even I graduated early. I graduated high
Wow.
school almost at 16 years old. So I was always competing against people that was older than me. So that I took that as a disadvantage, but it was an advantage for someone that was my age going against other
So
competition
wait,
that was a little bit
so wait
older.
a minute. You
So
just
it
said that
matured me
you
in
graduated almost at
athletically.
high school almost at 16.
Almost
Wow.
at 16 because I started school early. I
Wow.
graduated when I was
So
17.
you've been focused for a long time.
But
Like you had a different
right, right.
mindset growing up.
I was a young little
And growing,
17-year-old.
like you said, let's take it back to the beginning. You said growing up in Jersey City, it's a rough growing up. Jersey City ain't no joke out there. It's real out there. And so that actually prepared you, even aside from the physical fitness and the lifting weights and working out. How growing up in Jersey City prepare you mentally?
Right.
The things that you saw. I'm quite sure you have some stories upon stories. Dealing with friends or whoever else. How for people who don't know about Jersey City, describe Jersey City to somebody who's not even aware of what it's like to live there.
Right. My best description of Jersey City is if you go to the downtown portion, just like if you go to any downtown section of any town, it's luxurious. Like you see nothing but luxurious going on. But once you head to the uptown part, that's when you get to the little areas that's a little bit more savage. That's a little bit more hood savage. So I had to always grow
Right.
up just being street smart, being very street smart, watching out for my surroundings. My mother was
Okay.
actually a CO, and my father was a CO too. So he was working with the juveniles while my mother
Okay.
was working with the actual inmates. I had a little troubling past, but I'm glad I was able to change that up and definitely like maneuver and adapt like I was telling you. Jersey City is definitely
Okay.
a great place to grow up in now.
Mm.
But I have to say 15 years ago, it was a little bit different.
Wow.
Gunshots every day, especially where I grew up at. A lot of
Mm.
things started to become numb for me, but it made me the person who I am today. I'm one of those street dudes, but also can change up in any type of environment that I'm in, and just like I said, adapting. That's what it's about. Just like when COVID it immediately hit us out of nowhere, personal trainers clientele dropped, and
Wow.
it was nothing to even play around
Wow.
with. Like you have the gyms.
Right.
How you gonna right like? So that's what it's like growing up in Jersey City, or anybody that doesn't know what it's like being in Jersey City. Is nice now, but it wasn't always nice, and you see a lot of gentrification going on right now. So I would have to say that's one of the best things about Jersey City is the gentrification that's going
Wow.
on, because it's going
And
on
you know
inside
what?
of a good way,
You touched on some
and
good
it's
points here, and I want
trending towards
to
the right
speak on
direction.
your ability to be able to maneuver and transition and be to adapt. But before I do that, I want to know how was your upbringing and home wise, as far as what raised you, your parents raised you, or were you raised by? So just talk about that real quick, because I want to know where your mentality came from, because that's like the foundation, the core of you. What were your influences as far as things that were taught to you, lessons, life lessons that helped you to be able to go, function in a certain way, the way you are now?
Right. It's crazy because I always had my mother there in my life, and I always had my father there, and I always had my stepfather there. My stepfather came inside my life when I was 2 years old. Him and my mother ended up getting married. They're no longer married right now. They're divorced. I still keep in contact with my father, but as you can see, sometimes that's the point sometimes
Right.
when parents no longer stay together, and somebody like me, you fall into that percentage where sometimes you blame your parents for what's been going on inside your life. But fortunately for me, my stepfather was that father figure for me. So as you were saying, he would have to be my biggest influence because he taught me how to be a man inside that house, especially if he wasn't around. Like he taught me how to carry the house with my
Right.
older sister, which is being 3 years older than me, and my mother. He's still around to this very day because he's the father of my
Right.
little brother. I got my little brother about 18 years. So, but I got my brother about 11 years. I'm sorry, my little brother 19, and he just taught me basically too, like I almost was like a young father in a way because how
Right.
how I had to raise my little brother. So that also taught me a lot as well because I had to be an example. So it was a lot of times where my mother was always working
Okay.
16 hours a day because I went to Hudson Catholic Regional High School, which was a lot of $7,000 a year, and also my sister
Okay.
went to a Catholic high school as well, where they was actually teaming up and helping us get through
Wow.
high school with the payments. So I was always by myself. It was really like catching on to what my friends are doing and knowing what
Wow.
not to do because my mother already installed certain things in me when I was at a young age. She taught me at a young age, and this is very important for parents, to teach your children everything at a young age because when they get to a certain point in their life that they actually know how to maneuver in certain situations without you being
Right.
there. They could be at a young age, like 9, 10, and they already know, oh, all right, I know not to smoke that. I know not to go to
Wow.
this area. I know not to go to that area. So that I would say that would have to be the biggest influence in my life was my mother. She's very strong in a way. She doesn't play that at all because she's strong. She's working with inmates and and it's not like she's working with female inmates. She's in charge of 90 male inmates. You know what I mean? So that came with a lot of
Right. Wow.
like stuff as well. Cause me, I could be walking around in the street and they'd be like, "Oh, you Officer Collins, son, right? Oh yeah,
Right.
I know your mom. She cool like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, like." So that was always cool, and I took that in a positive way too, because I had guys like that
And
that
that's what I was
watch
going
out
to ask
took
you. I
from
was going to
me
ask you, like,
right now, and
who
I
was
won't
there
even.
to help you navigate, other than your parentals, who was there to navigate you and keep you out of trouble when you was out when you were out of your parents' presence. Like, who was there to be an outside mentor and influence on you? Say,
Right,
nah, don't mess with them over there. Or don't go over here. And so you had those pillars around you.
right. I
Mm-hmm.
did, and they came in all shapes and forms. I can't even name. It was so many people that just led me on the right direction and put me on the right guide to appointment. Like it was so. It's crazy, man, because being born and raised in Jersey City, you have so many different
Right.
connections. Jersey City is so
Right.
little.
Right.
So everybody knows everybody. If you're really from Jersey City, and just like if you're from any city, you could look at a new person who comes into town, and you can basically see if they're new. And that's what it was for me. It was always sports putting me inside the right place,
Wow.
and coaching. I always had the proper coaching inside my life. That plays a great role for people that's growing up in the hood, which is not
So
is not a lot of that
talk
going
about
on
that real
after
quick. You
school
talking about coaching?
programs, a lot of
When you in
sports.
school, do you played any sports?
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
played. I ran track and field. I was a football
Wow.
athlete my whole life. Played basketball,
Hmm.
and I'm
Oh,
also
so
a pretty
you
decent
athletic. You
swimmer.
was athletic all around.
So I always. Yeah, 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 absolutely. Like I'm a full-blown athlete. I'm one of those people that I could. It only takes me a little bit to catch on to something, and I become good at it. It's just all about me picking what I'm good at and using that
Mm-hmm.
specific thing to get into other branches and avenues inside my life, and that's what I'm currently at right now. It took me a couple years to learn to that specific technique, but I'm doing that now, and
That's
I
amazing
plan on
that you
keep
were
on
able to
doing it.
develop and not become a product of your environment, but become a product for your environment. You're giving back. You taking what you have,
Right.
and giving it back and using it in a positive way. So like you said before, a lot of people allow their situation, circumstance, and environment overtake them, and they become one with their environment and wind up going down the wrong path. I know you said you ran track, football was your thing, so you're a great swimmer. You had dreams, if I'm not mistaken, you had dreams of becoming a football player, getting in the NFL, correct? And how long did you have?
Right.
When did this, ambition or this desire to dream come about? And what happened with that goal?
Yes. It's a long story with football. What happened with that was,
okay,
I started playing football when I was 9 years old. Never stopped. And it's the same thing that happens to athletes to this very day, even people that's in the NFL right now. You develop, mind you, if you're a kid from the hood, you 9 times out of 10 sometimes, all you know is sports. Especially people inside my generation, you either want to grow up to be a basketball player, football player, or something along the lines of being a superstar. Until you actually make it to that spot where it's time to become a superstar, and you're like, wait, I wish I had somebody to guide me with this, or I wish this didn't happen, I wish that didn't happen. What happened with me when it came to football was injuries. I was having injuries ever since I was 9 years old, because I'm that type of football player where I'm going out and I'm putting my life on the line. You know what I mean? When I hit you, I'm going to hit you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm putting my whole body on the line. It's people like that in the league to this very day that I know that they be having injuries and they won't even say nothing to the doctors because they probably don't want to. It's different. With basketball, you could be like, in the NBA, all right, I'm hurt. They sit you out. In football, that's your job because it's next man up mentality. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to have to go through that. In high school, I developed a rare and bad case of scoliosis because I went from being 5'5" to basically the height I am now, which is 5'11", 6 foot, in a matter of a summer. So I came into the next football, right. I grew like 5 or 6 inches over a summer. And that was me, my sophomore year going into my junior year.
That's crazy. I've never heard a growth spurt like that before. That's a serious growth spurt. So how did that affect you, knowing, like, did you feel that change, that growth spurt in that summer?
Absolutely. My knees were on fire. I felt like I had water in my knees. It was after the growth spurt, and when my back started hurting. I'm running routes on the field. I couldn't land on my heels and do my wide receiver routes the way I wanted to. I couldn't get in and out of my cuts as sharp as I used to. I knew something was wrong. Every time I bent down, it would kill me to put my back straight up again. And I knew something wasn't right. I told my mom, and my mom took me to a doctor, and they was letting me know if I get hit the wrong way, I could actually be paralyzed for the rest of my life, and I wasn't gonna be able to play football. But I actually sacrificed. I stayed out of football for 1 season, and that was basically at the end of the season because that's when I realized my back was messed up. And the next season was was supposed to be my star year, which was my senior year of high school. Everybody knew about me. All the scouts knew about me, and plus I was one of those players that I was a good role player, and I never complained about not getting the ball. But I always knew that I was one of the main superstars on the team. But because of my mouth and because I didn't speak how I wanted to speak, and I didn't know how to speak how I wanted to speak to the coaches around the time, because I was just a 16, 15-year-old boy. Meaning, if I would have got the ball in high school, it would have been ball game. A lot more scouts would have been on me. But the thing was, I went to high school with a bunch of superstars that got scouted from. I was in a Jersey City school, but my school went to go scout kids from Brooklyn, Weehawken, all over. So it just was a combination of every superstar from every county basically on my team. And it was too late for my coaches to even realize the amount of talent that I had. You know what I mean? Like, I could see right now that they're probably looking now like, damn, like we probably missed on this one. But everything happens for a reason. I was glad that everything turned out the way it did.
That's
because
great.
I'm making
So
the best of
what
it now.
I want to
So
get back to is
that's
you know the growth spurt and
yeah,
how it affected you. And when you said you start realizing that you know your back was hurting, your knees and everything, you knew it was an issue. From being a person that grew up age of 9, heavily into fitness, being competitive, you know, just knocking it out. How did that affect you mentally? How did it affect you mentally when you felt like you couldn't do your best or perform at your highest level?
right. Mentally, it definitely did something to me because just like everyone else, if they have an injury or if they know something is wrong with their body, of course it's gonna affect you mentally. So it's gonna affect the way that you perform. The way I transitioned out of it was just that's when I had to learn patience inside my life, and that's when I learned, and that's when it hit me that everything can't always go your way, and it's hard to actually tell somebody that actually wanted to that's all I knew was going to the NFL. I didn't know nothing else. So what was the hardest thing about that was
Wow.
transitioning out
Okay.
of that and becoming
Okay. So
business
becoming
minded.
business minded now, being though you realize that dream of going to the NFL was just quickly fading away. So you're making that transition to business mind. What people or what environments have you started cleaving to as far as literature, as far as people that you start looking at on a business level? Who did you start drawing to?
Right. It just happened randomly. When I was 20, 21 years old and just working crazy shifts, I was everywhere. I was a security guard. I'm talking about this is all in a matter of a week. I would do a security guard for
Right. Mm-hmm.
like say like Spartan security,
Okay.
and then I would go do Macy's security. Another day,
Mm-hmm.
lifeguarding,
Wow.
Applebee's, personal training. You know what I mean? So I was very fortunate for my next door neighbor to see me doing all of this, and he actually ended up hiring me at his job because he saw me everything what I was doing ever since I was 11. And I'm at that very job right now, and that boss is no longer my next door neighbor no more. He now lives somewhere else, but I was very fortunate for that man because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now because that placed
Okay.
me at my 9 to 5. And I was basically able to, you know how they
Right.
say your 9 to 5, you work your 9 to 5. After that, you don't go
Right.
home. You go home and you work on your entrepreneurial skills. And you work on what you actually want to be great at. And that's what I actually started doing. But before I got to that, the literature,
Okay.
everything I started studying was insurance. I started selling insurance at the age of 20 and 21. And the thing was, I was young selling life insurance out on the streets. So I knew
Okay.
if I was able to sell life insurance to people and I didn't even really enjoy doing it and I was actually good at it, I could actually transition that into becoming into another different sales type of agent and create my own business. I learned in life insurance, they said, because when you used to go to all the seminars, I remember taking down notes and everything like that. They say, if you're not 100% happy at doing what you're
Wow. Most of the
doing,
time. Right.
then why are you doing it? And that hit me.
Right.
That hit me. I was like, yo, why am I doing this? All right, I'm good at it, but it doesn't stick to my heart. The way that being around people, the way training people, the way I give people confidence in the morning, like I was saying in my video, like that makes me, that gives me value to my life. That make me want to become a
No,
better
you
person.
seem
And that's
like a
what
very, you know,
everybody want to
well-rounded
become.
individual, very intelligent. You were talking about before, adapt and being able to, you know, adapt to any situation, and that helps you obviously to get ahead. It opens up doors for you that you're not one-dimensional. You're multi-dimensional. You can perform on many platforms, and which is works out good for
Yeah,
you.
right.
And being a black male coming out of Jersey City and defying the odds of what is expected for us as black men, that's the accomplishment in itself. And then now you in the you know you realize that you know some people may take it, oh well, my dreams are going to be in the NFL, so you know, let me turn to do something, you know, start getting disruptive, maybe start having you know, living recklessly, having a whole bunch of kids, you know, life starts spiraling out of control. But you remain level-headed, you remain focused, and you had an objective, and you just had that no quit spirit within you that helps you to rise above the heights of what all the things you have been faced with. And so I take it that from 9 years old, you know, just getting into fitness and, you know, just doing the body movements and different things, it was preparing you for your ultimate destiny, your ultimate purpose in life. where you at right now, and now you have your own business. You're a businessman, and you're doing a doggone thing. So talk about, even after learning the business aspect of it, you know, you have to finish down pack. You know how to do all that. Talk about the challenges that you may have experienced just breaking into the business and learning it for yourself, not for somebody else. Now you're doing it for yourself.
Right, absolutely. Oh man, that's a great question, man. Like and like in my video, like when I realized I wanted to be a personal trainer because I didn't want to do anything else like security or anything else. I needed a passion. I needed a job that I actually can be happy with and something that I actually can start my own business with. I didn't know I could actually start my own business until after after selling the life insurance and looking at the businessmen and entrepreneurs around me. And I saw everybody had their own individual businesses too on the side with selling insurance. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to sell insurance at all. I want to stick to this. I told my my mentor what I wanted to do, even though I was about to become regional vice president selling insurance. My year of selling insurance, I recruited 35 people under me. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to do. The challenges of being a personal trainer was just recruiting. Once I saw that I was able to recruit people for my insurance, I knew I would be able to recruit people for my potential clients and turn that into my my own business module, taking the insurance business module and basically flipping it up and turning it into my own on how I recruit and how I schedule people. Now that's the tricky thing right there when it comes to personal training, is making your schedule work with others. Because when you get to a certain level in personal training, now people are gonna have to work with your schedule, but it's not the same thing when you're starting off. You're gonna have to work with other people's schedule because you don't have any clients, you don't have any money in your pocket. So it ain't always about the money at the end of the day, but people do have bills to pay. You know what I mean? I remember I was still young, so I remember I was paying rent at a young age. As soon as I got a job, I was already paying rent. So that already taught me how to hustle, because I knew I had to come up with $600 at the end of the month to give to my mom, to my stepfather, because they was not playing when it came to paying the rent at the end of the day. So that gave me responsibility, and that showed me how to get out and have those 5 jobs and really not depend on them. So now that I'm in a position that I am right now, I don't have to depend on them. I got my own place. I got my own car. I got my own business. I got my own job. I got this. I got so many things working into my favor, but it came with hard work, like you were saying. I would have to say the most challenging part about personal training is the people. You become more like a therapist too when you become a personal trainer. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people express their emotions to you throughout the day. Sometimes they don't even get to go home to their families. They get out of work, they come straight to you. They're gonna tell you about their day. You have to have the ability to break down their day into your workout. That's what I do. I see the stress level that my people have during the day, and I turn that stress into a workout, depending on how they come to me. Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they mad? And then I'm absolutely able to just flip that and then turn them and give them a little piece of my positive energy and give it to them, so they're just basically confident and they're not worrying about the everyday stresses of life.
That's what separates you from other trainers, other fitness people. There's not like, okay, I'm gonna give you a program and I'm gonna just guide you through this and that's it. You're actually more involved and more hands-on, to where you're reading your client. You're reading the people you're training. You care about them, like you said. You generally care about their well-being and not just their physical, but their whole being, the totality of them. One of the things I wanted to ask you, do you currently have kids now or no? No kids.
No, so, but I'm definitely having kids in the future.
The reason why I asked you this question: what is your why? Everybody has a why. Is it you don't have no kids, you're doing your own thing, you have your own place, you have your own car, you know what I'm saying? You got things going for you, have your own business. What is your why that keeps you going? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Are you setting yourself up in position just to be a solid man, or just are you moving towards being that family man? What is your why that's just driving you every day?
Right. I always knew that I would be a good family man, just based on how I was raised and how I reacted with my younger cousins, nieces, or other people kids that wasn't even my kids at the end of the day. It's not the why for me. It's really the I have to. I have to become a better man. I have to do this for my future wife. I have to do this for my future daughter, my future son. Because
No.
to me, this is not a game. Like my girl who I'm with right now, I don't imagine myself being with nobody else. I want to be with, feel me? Like I manifested
Right.
this even before I was with her. So now that I'm with her, I won't do anything to mess it up. You know what I mean? Like I have the opportunity to have everything in front of me, and that's what I have in front of me. It's just basically focusing on that specific thing, and also being able to balance everything else out in my
So
life the
basically,
right way. You know what I mean?
You attracted the energy and the opportunities that you had inside of you. So you by you being solid within yourself, making sure that you're straight, it puts you in alignment and gives you leverage to attract the things that you desire, you deserve in this life. And with that being said, what do you feel the state of men, black men in general, are in this society, coming from where you come from, just as a whole? Because we've been doing a lot for a long time as black men, different challenges that many people, and sometimes our own black queens don't even understand. So, and like I said, this week's theme is for models, and models come in many shapes and forms. And obviously, you are definitely a role model, and you've been groomed up as such by taking on such responsibilities as being the head of taking care of the household and having certain responsibilities. What is it that you want to teach by example other black men or boys growing up? What is that you want to show them that they can do?
What I want to show young African American brothers what they could do is stay concentrated on themselves. Once you stay concentrated on yourself, you're able to complete your goals and follow through with your plans with those goals. You're able to become successful. But in order to do that, you have to concentrate on yourself first. It takes a lot because there's always a lot of distractions out there. You got girls, you got Instagram, you got a lot of technology, you got drugs, like you got everything going on wrong for black men. Like most of us still don't have fathers, you know what I mean, inside their life, so they don't have that proper example for them. What I want to do and what I want to teach young black men is how to stay faithful, how to just stay on the grind, how to stay focused on one thing and actually using that one thing to let them prosper and go into other avenues and districts of their life. I would also like to teach young black men to always keep their head up and feel me. Like I had a speech impediment problem when I was little with. Like everybody used to crack on me, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't cool, you know what I mean? Like, but those same people that was cracking on me are the same people that I'm training right now, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yes,
it's crazy how life reverses, you know what I mean? Because you have to have in your heart the art of forgiveness, you know what I mean? Because anybody who did anything to me in the past, maliciously or anything, I still forgave them. You know what I mean? I still forgave them. It was still no animosity towards them. I want to help everybody, even though if you probably did do me wrong. You feel me? Come on, let's reactivate this relationship. Let's get it right. Like, feel me? Because I'm not one of those people that want to have animosity towards anybody or the type of person who likes to burn bridges.
That's a great answer, and that right there sets you up as a role model for many, probably for some older guys. You know what I'm saying? To get it right, have a fine gentleman like yourself just doing the doggone thing and having that mindset and having a level head to say, you know what, I want to be the example. I'm taking the responsibility to put myself in position to be that example for the next person. If you could touch one person's life, you know what I'm saying, for the better, then you did a lot in itself. In your downtime, in your day-to-day regiments, or just in life, what do you do to create your environment of peace? What do you do to create your peace and protect it on a day-to-day basis?
I constantly have to watch out of the people who are hitting me up based off of energy. You know what I mean? You probably have a lot of people like that yourself. They see something coming. Oh, this person about to be hot. And,
Right.
you feel me? They want to hit you up and see what's going on with you. You know, and everything like that. But where were you when
trenches,
you know
right?
I really needed you? You know what I mean?
Right.
When I was in the trenches, you know what I mean? Like it's like
Right.
it's fun when you're winning, but who's really down there in your corner when you're losing? You know what I mean? And that's basically one of the things I look out for every day to protect my energy and to protect what I'm manifesting, what's gonna happen to me in the future, and what's gonna happen to whoever I'm with. You know what I mean? Like, or whoever's inside my party, whoever's inside my business. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how powerful like sometimes like energy is. Like I'm big on manifestation, so I've been manifesting everything that's been going on right now.
Let's talk about
15
that real
years
quick.
ago.
Manifestation. I mean, are you a spiritual guy? Are you know? All right. I mean, spiritual. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm myself.
I'm high on the universe.
I'm a believer in Christ first and foremost. You know, I say that all day, every day, and I believe about the power of manifestation. And I believe in speaking things into existence. I believe in writing it down and being consistent and focusing on that thing and until it come to pass. But not only doing that, you have to, you know, as you have done yourself, you have to put in the work. So explain your journey, because I know everybody's journey and path, you know, with manifesting is different. What are some of the techniques you do to manifest? What are some things that you personally do on a daily basis that this is my goal, I'm going to hit this thing, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to fix my mind, or this is my regimen?
I realized when I started writing things down, and sometimes even when I don't write things down, when you have that extra strong pinpoint,
look,
I gotta do this.
I gotta do this.
And you keep it inside your head. Like you feel me? Yes. Like me having a structured out schedule, who I'm gonna train, how much am I charging this person for a session, how much money I'm gonna have at the end of the week if I train such and such people, if I train 3 people this day, if I go to work and then come out, train another person at a gym, go to another gym, because I just don't train at my home gym. I travel to people's homes to train them. I travel to other people's gyms to train them just as long, you know, as everything goes right with the gym. Because a lot of gyms do know who Bron Fitness is, and they won't hesitate. They're like, oh, he's a trainer? Right. Nah, he gotta get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? But it's always love at the end of the day, because I am gonna work on getting my own spot and opening up my own spot soon. So that'll be great, and I know that's gonna happen.
I'm proud,
so.
Man. I'm glad to hear this, man. This is motivating, encouraging me to, you know, to see another brother doing this thing and just that focus. And it seemed like, you know, talking to you, the energy I received from you is that a no quit and I will not lose mentality and mindset. I can see it in your eyes when you're talking to me. It's like, listen, you locked in. It's like you're obsessed with this thing. Like, let's get it. I'm not losing. It's gonna take a lot to get me down.
You gotta be obsessed. You know what's crazy? Because obsession leads to success. If you become obsessed with something that's positive, you will become successful at that, no matter what it is. If you concentrate on that one solely thing that you're doing, you will become successful. But it don't matter about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you pick yourself up, because other people are watching at the end of the day.
People are
always got to remember that. People are watching.
And that says a lot, because in the day and age we are in with the social media, you know, everybody's watching, you know, people projecting certain images and this and that, and they're caught up with this person doing that purpose. But we have to get caught up in what we are doing. What is our purpose? What is our drive? What is our focus? And we have to be obsessed with that. Sometimes, you know, we could get obsessed with the wrong things, and, you know, get obsessed with that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? And now you draw more negative energy towards you. You draw more of that energy towards you, which is not good at all. And so just to hear that, I know it's confirmation to, you know, my belief system and what I feel, but it's also, you know, those who are listening to you, you know, they can see it because they see the results. They probably go on your gram and see, like, listen, you definitely upset because I ain't never seen nobody with abs like yours, brother. I'm like, them abs are like, where you get them abs? Where you get them abs? Is this airbrushed or whatever? It's the real thing. Because I need help because right now I have too many carbs, too much wine and stuff, and my stomach is not in shape. I might need to go to Bron Fitness and get a little regimen going on and whatnot, because this holiday ain't gonna do me right.
Right. You'll be surprised how many people do that. I have people that watch me for years, and they probably hit me up tomorrow like, look, I've been watching your stories about whatever, like 3 years, 2 years, like that. I finally have the confidence to finally come and ask you. Because a lot of people, sometimes I had to change up, and it goes back to the question that you said that I had. What was the challenge? What are the challenge you had about personal training? I had to learn how to post Instagram stories. I had to learn first. I had to work on myself first before I started working on anybody else, and that was the biggest challenge because I was doing a lot of high intensity workouts. A lot of people are scared of those things, so they would look at it's all about perception. They would go to my gram, and they'd be like, "Well, he doing like 100 pull-ups on top of the thing. He flipping over the bar. I don't think I'm gonna be able to train with him." And even though they know me, even though they talk to me in person, and I told them, "Look, I'm gonna start you off from the basics. We're gonna start from the ground up. I have to work out like that because of my muscles, because of the type of athlete I am. But I have the knowledge and the specialty of what I do in training people to bring them through certain modules, to bring them to a certain point of to be or meet whatever their fitness goal is."
You know, and a lot of people are intimidated. Like, if they go in there, it's like, man, let me hit it. Like, nah, I ain't work with him because I'm all out of shape. He all fit and cut up. So it's like it could work for your benefit and to get you. You know, people say, okay, you're good, but he gonna bust my butt. I don't think I'm ready for this. But like you said, people don't realize that you were able to come down to their level and help them build them up. Like, they're not gonna start them and start crushing them and kill them right off the bat.
Right, and that's what I had to learn how to do. I had to learn how to bring my energy level down to meet others' energy level, and that took a lot of practice. It took years, and once I learned how to do that, my business started working for me. At this point, I don't have to hit anybody up with recruiting like how I did with everything, because the work that I put in 10 years ago is paying off now. All those videos I posted, all those stories that I did 10 years ago, people saw that. And they coming to me now, but it's only because of the work that I put in 10 years ago, because I never stopped. I never had I never had the thought of quitting in my mind, even though it was times where I wasn't making no money. When I had to train people for $1 a session for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, just so I could have their body or something like that on my Instagram, just so I could promote myself of being a good trainer. You know what I mean? So it started from there. It all started from there for me. Then from there, I was able to build myself up and just learn.
You know, a lot of people think, you know, they want to get to the bag right away, but they don't realize that they got to put in the work. They don't realize that, you know, what they see right now is, like you said, is results of things you manifested and put out in the atmosphere 10, 15 years ago to get to where you are right now. Like, nothing's overnight. And I think we have to reiterate that quite often to people, especially in this day and age, who think that everything comes in a microwave minute. No, like, you know, maybe some people happen for, but typically the vast majority, you put in that work. You put in, you know, everybody looking for that moment to go viral. And
absolutely.
That's not reality. Setting yourself up for failure. Are there any, like,
it's not.
I know I asked you, like, about, you know, your peace and protecting your peace, but other than your own personal goals and your own personal drive, is there anything else that inspires you just on a daily basis that continues to add fuel to your fire? Is there any books you read, anything that you were listening to? You know, how people got some of their motivational tracks they listen to, certain books. Do you have anything like that fuels you?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any books that motivates me right now, but I do have people around me that's going through the struggle that motivates me every day, that I could actually look at them for an example. Those are the people who actually give me my inspiration, the actual real people out there in life that I can actually look at and be like, listen, I know you're going through a struggle right now, but the struggle don't last forever like that, because I've been through that struggle before. They say it always get worse before it get better. You know what I mean? So if you're at that down point in your life and you feel like quitting, and I know it's somebody out there that need to hear this. If you at that down point in your life and you feel like quitting, that's the point right there when you're about to actually make it. And if you quit, you just fuck your whole self over.
You're talking directly to the soul,
to
the spirit right there. And that's a fact. You hear all the time when you at that point when you want to give it up. Nah, keep going. You gotta press through. Oh man, where's my cup at? I have my cup here, and it's the same that I had from 11 years ago that I feel the God placed in my spirit. And he said, pain is in a process, but progress is only made when you press through the pain. Pain is in a process, but progress is only made when you press through the pain. You got to press through. You got to press through it. You know what I mean? If there's that wall, they bust through that joker. Get that boulder, knock that wall down.
That's fine.
Your blessings right on the other side. It could be the wall could look intimidating, and to you it seems like it's this thick, but it may be this thin, just because.
Right.
And it just take that one moment that I believe that we all have one opportunity. We are one person away, one moment away from getting to where we need to be. Getting to where we need to be, and that's why I definitely appreciate for the hard work that I've seen you doing, and that you're going from social media just consistently. Like I know it takes a lot of work to keep your body in shape. I know it takes a lot of discipline, because you probably could fall off for about a month, and that could be the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, I never fell off for a week in my life.
Wow, that's some discipline right there.
1 week? 1 week for me is like a month. 2 weeks for me, that's 3 months. This happened during quarantine. I fell into a little bit of a depression because I saw how my body was coming. I know this is a big thing right now. A lot of people are falling in depression because of COVID. And the thing is, they think that you're not the only person going through it. It's because of the pandemic that, you know what I mean? So this restructured everybody's personality in a certain type of way. Everybody going through this. And it's like, during this period right here, it's like only the strong survive. Because you have to have just like how you're doing yourself, you have to learn how to market yourself. You have to learn how to maneuver different. You learn how to start your own interviewing process over live, and you already had your momentum doing that going into quarantine.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's what it just was all about. Just adjusting,
not being afraid to fail. You know, like I was on another live said, we don't lose. Our L's are not losses; they're lessons. You know, we just transfer that energy. Our L's are not losses; they're turn them into lessons. You know, and just thinking about that, life is a lesson. Life is your best teacher. And it's about how you receive those lessons and what you do with those lessons, which is going to determine your output and your end goal when everything is said and done. And so, I appreciate you for just dropping nuggets about, the mindset. I appreciate you dropping nuggets about, just manifesting and just having that will, that determination, that focus, that drive, that ambition, not being afraid to get out there and figure it out, not being afraid to get in the trenches and having audacity to want better for yourself. And not only better for yourself, because you have to make sure you're right, but you set yourself up so when you become that husband, when you become that father, that you're solid, and you could take those same values and principles and fundamentals and pour that into your family. And so I want to commend you and give you your props, because you are definitely a leader of the pack that's out here, that's leading the way for the upcoming generation and those who are right here right now by being who you are. I want to say kudos to your mom, kudos to your pops, and all the people who are in your support group that continue to encourage you, inspire you, and hold you up, because we need more individuals like you, more strong Black men like you in our community.
You know what's crazy? You want to see how crazy energy work? Because you see how you was like crazy for, you was like, I want to commend you, your family and everything. Wow. As soon as you said family, my little brother joined the chat. As soon as you said family, my little brother joined.
Get the energy, connecting. That's what's up. And this is what it's all about. And I know that, there are people who's watching right now who probably haven't, don't say anything or don't commend you or don't, they're looking. And they probably like rooting you on silently, but they just haven't sent a text message, dropping your DM. But I know, and that's the case with a lot of people. You out there doing your thing, you in your lane, people watching. More people are watching than we realize. And I'm believing. I can't wait till you open up your own fitness center and get that cracking, because I want to be there, get that coverage. Listen, see what's going on. I might need to enroll right now into your program. Wait till you're building, because I need to get right.
Listen, get me while I'm open right now. Get me while I'm open, because New Year's resolutions is kicking in, and I'm gonna kick up for going into 2021, and that's why I wanted to actually put that video out there before the actually New Year's came, so people can actually have momentum and actually be motivated, know my background story, know what my brand is about, and actually have the confidence to hit me up in my DM and be like, listen, I heard you talk. You sound like you know what you're doing. I want to give you a try. Because majority of the people who ever come with me, they join hands down. Once they see my personality, see how I'm a people's person, how I'm able to relate to their life and talk to them, they join with me automatically,
I know you
hands
do
down.
personal training,
No thank you.
one-on-one training, but do you also do like boot camps and group trainings?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I specialize in boot camps and hit fitness cardio classes. It's my specialization. I'm a dual threat. When it comes to one-on-one sessions, group sessions, I could train just about anyone and any amount of people.
Wow.
With
Now,
no
what type of
problem at
clients
all.
have you have? Have you got to the level where you have any high-profile clients, celebrity clients, or people that in have you any stories like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have my one of my brothers. He's a battle rapper.
Okay.
His name is Mav Hoffa. I remember when I was trying out for American Ninja Warrior about 3 years ago. I had ran it. It's so funny. I'm just a battle rap fan, and I happened to see Mav at my gym, and I was like, bro, I know you. What's your name? He was like, you know who my name is, man. Stop playing. I was like, oh. And then once I heard his math, I was like, math? No way. I was like, yo, can I get a picture with you? He was like, yo, no problem. He was like, it's good to have people like that right now. Like, and then I told him my story. I told him where I was from.
Okay.
I kicked a few bars to him because I rap, and he was right off the rip. He already knew I was cool. Just like how we exchange energies right now. You know, I'm cool. Me and Matt became the best of friends after that. I could call him right now. If I need help, I know he gonna help me, especially when it comes to Instagram. 3 years later, he became verified on the grams and everything. I know I got math for whenever I need math. You know what I mean? That's just one. That's just one story about a celebrity.
Everything is in alignment. Once again, that manifestation and speaking it, and not only speaking it, like putting the results behind it, work behind it, it gets you right where you need to be. I'm a firm believer. I'm not gonna get on here and preach today, but I'm a firm believer. The scripture says your gift will make room for you and bring you before great people. And so, how can people reach out to you if they want to go ahead and book you and go ahead and say, I need to get this guy on my team? How can they reach out to you?
Whoever wants to reach out to me, they could call. I got all my information on my Instagram page. You could DM me anytime from my Bron Fitness page or my King 2_Bron page. I'm available around the clock. Just like how you hit me up and you wanted to do it. Did I waste time? Right on it. I don't waste time when it comes to business, and especially if I know that business is going to lead to those future opportunities for me where I can actually help people out.
That's right.
That's what I want to do. I just want to help.
What is your own personal regimen like as far as your diet? What is your I know it's not going to be like everybody else's because it's different.
Right.
Excuse me, but what is your regimen like?
Right. I'm gonna keep it real with everybody. I used to eat just about any and everything, but the thing is, I was always working out my whole life too, like a beast. So everybody not like that, but I did realize the older I got, I just turned 29 yesterday. The older I got, my body didn't allow me to eat certain things. Like if I try to eat chicken or greasy foods throughout the week, my stomach is gonna be obliterated. So I have to maintain a healthy diet. Thankfully, I have my beautiful girlfriend to help me and cook for me every morning, cook for me every night. You know what I mean? Like I got me right like that. That's why my abs look like the way they do. That's why my chest look like the way I do. I got a cook in the house that's actually helping me. Hey, look, that's it. It's just all about helping out each other. Like that's it. Like so, like she really helps me out when it comes to my diet. Like if I want anything on the menu, all I gotta do is tell her, hey baby, look, I want salmon, boom. But everybody don't got that. Some people have to meal prep and actually have to look up online the necessary meal requirements. Me, I'm fortunate enough to have all of that inside my mind. Right now, I cannot eat greasy foods throughout the week. Anybody who's out there looking for a diet recommendation, you have to know your body, right? Know what you cannot eat, know what you can eat. Work out with the things that you like to eat every day. See how your body reacts to it, right? And then if your body reacts to it in a good way, it works for you. Go on for it. But if your body is working in a bad way, you're not pushing up as much weight as you know you could do. You're not going up with as much as explosion that you know you should be going up with. You have to change up how you're eating.
You got that's
just like that. That. Know your body.
Around this time of the year, you hear about all these different diet programs and different regimens. And everybody jumping on this. Well, let me get this flat tummy tea. Well, let me try this over here. Let me try this over here. But like you said, you have to know your body. For somebody who don't know their body, what would you say is the first starting point? Like, what would you say? How do I learn my body? Like, I don't know my body. So where do I start at?
Right. Do a 10-second plank. So how long you can hold that plank up for? If you start shaking at 5 seconds, guess what? You're out of shape. You know what I mean? Start working out. And then as you start working out, you can start with baby exercises, doing push-ups on your knees, you know, taking some 5-pound kettlebells or barbells or dumbbells and doing some curls with them, doing some shoulder exercises. Stand up, do this for 30 seconds, right? After you're done holding this up for 30 seconds, how do your shoulders feel? You know what I mean? These are natural body exercises that I start my heavyweight clients with, because I don't like to put them immediately on weights. I need to see if they can handle their natural body weight. If I know that they can handle their natural body weight, most likely they're gonna be able to handle a little bit more weight. So actually, to build their confidence, I put my people onto little weight, and then I gradually graduate them. I call it graduation. Guess what? You just graduated. Here, take these 20-pound dumbbells. You're not on this no more. You're not on 10 pounds. And then over time, I always tell them to take pictures of themselves. Take a picture of yourself. Take a picture of yourself, because you cannot see the results if you're looking at yourself every day. The only time you'll be able to see the results if you look at a picture from 3 months ago.
You really gave a good tip as far as how to do a personal assessment on yourself to see where you at as far as physical. Wow, because I'm thinking like, how do if I don't know my body? Now I know, because I never heard that before. I never heard.
Right. I mean, that's it. And I'm sorry for cutting you off. That's what it goes into my my video that I just posted. That's what makes my my type of fitness innovative, proven results, and ultimately inspiring at the end of the day, because I'm doing that. I'm innovative because I have the talent and gift to just look at my clients, study them like, all right, this is what you need to fix. We could work on this a little bit more. And it's just all about how the client takes constructive criticism.
Man, you have said a lot, but I know you've had some really tough, dealing with people. People are tough. Some may want to put in the work, some don't. Some just hear like things are supposed to happen overnight. I know, but you're a professional. You know how to keep it cool. What do you do with those who come to you and you putting all this energy and effort into them, but they're not really following the regimen that you established for them, and then when they come back the next day or the next week, you're like, what's going on? How do you handle it?
Right.
How does it make you feel? Because you're passionate about what you do. So if they're not following, like if they coming to you for help, mind you, and you see that you're putting all this energy and effort, and you tell them this is what you do and this is what you do here, and when you're not here, you're at home, do this. But when they come back, it seems like they're not making no progress. How do you overcome that, like being a trainer as passionate you are about it?
Stay patient, and you just work with that person. You don't discourage them, because 9 times out of 10 they got something going on inside their life that they particularly that don't feel like discussing with you right now. That's why when they go, they probably go home and they don't have the time. Sometimes I have the ability to look at people, and so I can know if one of my clients lying if I trained them for over a month or so, and I actually training them 3 days at a time, because they're telling you your stories. You're gonna be knowing if they're lying to you or not if you're a good trainer. I always recommend people they go home and practice the workouts that I give them during our workout sessions. And if they come back on our next session or a month later, and I gave them an exercise a month back and they can't do that same exercise, I know they wasn't practicing at home. I know they wasn't doing the workouts that I prescribed to them to do. And then I looked them in their eyes. Are you proud of yourself? Just like that, when I asked them, are you proud of yourself? Okay, if you're not proud of yourself, you know what to do. I gave you all the necessary things. Listen to me. Because I know when people listen to me, when it comes to fitness, they're going to get it right. You know what I mean? Because it always
Wow,
happens that way. If you listen, you're going to get it right. It's just all about
trusting the
trusting your
process. I
training,
say it all
trusting
the
the
time.
process.
Trust the process, and that's for any and everything in life. If you're gonna, if you're gonna set yourself to it, you gotta trust the process, no matter how hard or arduous it is. One last question: what is your greatest success story with a client? If you have.
Oh man, I have a few great success stories with my clients because every client is a success story for me. Because every time a client is done working out with me, I see a
Wow.
confidence booster like no other. They come in. I had some people coming to me, and I'm talking about Indian, Chinese. I train all sorts. When I first came into the personal training game, I wanted to become a celebrity trainer. But once I started training celebrities and I saw that they wasn't consistent as they're supposed to be because they got so much other things going on in your life, you have to have consistent clientele as a personal trainer. Those celebrity trainers that's out there, I commend them. I really commend them. But celebrities, they're not consistent, most of them. And if they are consistent, they have that one
Wow.
trainer that they bring with them everywhere. If you have that, that's perfect. I would love to be a type of trainer like that, but also I see myself having my own business, having my own gym, and me being
Right.
that business. You know what I mean? Like they're
Right.
gonna have to come to me. You know what I mean? Like that's what
Do you have
that's
any
what that's what I want to have it as.
since you in this field, do you have any other personal trainers that you look up to, whether it be directly or indirectly? Like, you know what, I admire this guy, and you kind of, not too much study them, but follow them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I have my brother training Dre. My brother training Dre is one of the personal trainers I looked up to because I came in training at the gym that he was at, and he was with a whole set of other personal trainers that was hating on me. You know what I mean? Because I was potentially taking their clients, and their clients was interested because they saw me having fun with my clients on the other side of the gym. So they clients looking at them like, how come you don't give us those workouts? How come you don't? He was the only trainer that came up to me and was telling me everything, and he wasn't threatened
Right.
by my knowledge and what I know and what people thought about me. What he wanted to do is team up with me, work with me. We became the bestest friends after that. He taught me a lot of techniques, and everything else was history. I love my brother. Shout out to Training Dre. Follow him. That's a great trainer. If anybody needs training tips
Wow.
like that,
He's at
that's a
Training
good
Dre.
dude right there.
At Training Dre, follow Training
Yup,
Dre,
at Training
and
Dre.
I see like you're a person that likes to spread knowledge, and you're not intimidated, by others, and you want to help others succeed as well as yourself succeed. So that shared knowledge is powerful in itself. Once again, y'all, if y'all watching this, www.bronfitness.com, hit him up, go down in his DM,
Right, right.
King __ BR0N. That's King Bron. He's in here.
Yes,
Bron
sir. Yes,
Fitness
sir.
official, y'all.
We have.
And all right, I would want to say Merry
Yes,
Christmas and
sir.
Happy New Year to you. But first, before we get off of this, a lot of people want to be
Thank
eating
you.
a lot of food. These last between now and the New Year's. What are some tips that you can give these people to bounce back when it's all said and done, to detox themselves, to get them back in alignment if they want to get their body right, prepare for that summer body?
Look, people, if I know it's the holidays, you want to eat. You go to your grandmother's house. Mama got that macaroni and cheese, that turkey, that ham. Hey, look, you have to if you're part of fitness and you wanna actually be serious and committed to your health. That's something that you're gonna have to take serious. You're gonna have to monetize certain things when it comes to certain holidays because this is the lifestyle. Like even when I try to stuff myself, my body doesn't allow me to because I know I have to go to the gym the next morning, and that's gonna take out of my next workout. Everything takes out of your next workout. So you have to have the right energy at the end of the day. Proper food, stress level, diet, everything needs to be balanced because when you go inside that gym, certain things could get thrown off. Um, yeah, so it's big to just be in a good mood, and it's actually proven that once you go to the gym or whatever you do that's happy, that's active, and you're working out, you are becoming more happy after you're done with that. That's anybody. Like, you're gonna be a little bit more happy because you're proud of what you did, and you didn't waste time doing it. You actually put your time into doing something positive that you like to do.
And
Like, you feel
like,
great right
I'm
now,
doing what I
don't
love
you?
to do. That's right.
Something
That's
positive.
right. So
Right. That's right. Like, me too. Like, I love this. Like, this ain't gonna be our last interview either.
This
Like,
ain't gonna be the last one. He said, "Look, you're
right.
manifesting it right now. This ain't gonna be the last one." I said it again.
It's not gonna be, that's all I talk like. That's all I know how to talk, because when you actually talk like that, you learn that it works. You can't say no. You can't have negative around you, because it'll take this much bit of negative. It takes this much bit of negative in your life to mess you up.
You're absolutely right. I was having a conversation with somebody that I was on the interview yesterday, and we were talking about as far as words, and they said for every negative comment, it takes 7 positive comments to trump that one negative comment. Like, so, and that's deep in itself. So that little, like you said, that little negativity, that energy, that negative energy could set you like 10 years off track.
Right. For example, of course, let's act like I'm a celebrity. I got 3 million followers. I got 55,000 comments. 10 bad comments. You want to know exactly those 10 bad comments. Like, I had up to 800 comments on one of my posts before, and I saw those. Out of those 800 comments, I saw 3 bad ones.
Wow.
I went crazy on the inside. Right. So I know, I know, like, that plays a big part. But that's what negativity do. Like, it tears you down on the inside. Even if it's just a little bit negativity, everybody just needs nothing but positive energy. And that's how we're supposed to manifest our powers. That's how we get our powers, by being positive and being happy for everyone around you. And that's how good stuff happens to you. Like, you know what I mean? People need to learn that. People need to stop being, like, you know what I mean? Like, just hateful. Like, people need to know how to be positive and be happy for one another. It's going to happen for you too. Work hard at what you like to do, and it's something going to happen for you. And just continuously do it. Something's going to happen.
Self-love.
Just stay true
caring
to
about
it.
yourself more than anything else. Like, you got to care about yourself. In order to project that kind of energy and kind of love out, you have to be feeding yourself that thing. And a lot of people don't care about themselves because they so worried, distracted about trying to keep up with the next, trying to run and get this, and they're not taking care of themselves. Wow, man, Bron, I really appreciate you. Bro,
I agree.
For you dropped a lot of nuggets here. I know everybody got some nuggets and got some fitness advice, and I know they're going to go hit your DM up and hit your website up to come book you, because they need you as their personal trainer. They need you, man. Absolutely. They need you.
Come through. I'm gonna rip the jean jacket. I need this. I need to keep wearing it.
Well, we're gonna keep in contact with you, man. I want you to enjoy your Christmas, your New Year's with the family, and we're definitely gonna chop it up more, and we're gonna stay plugged in. We're gonna stay plugged in. Do you have anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Hold on, right quick.
What up?
Yes, I want to shout out my baby. Lolo Bree,
I was waiting for her to hop in this camera. I knew she could not go through this whole interview without hopping in this camera. Happy holidays,
everyone.
Happy holidays, both of y'all. I'm glad that dynamic duo over there. You keep cooking for this man, because I know. Look, I'm still waiting for a meal, because I be seeing that food on IG and the stories. I'm like, come on, you killing me over here.
You know what? I got you. COVID messed up a lot of things, but we plan on throwing dinner parties, getting all into the creativity stuff and bringing in that crowd, that positive crowd, So we're ready.
Man, as long as you like this, man, you invited to anything, man. I know we gonna shoot with you soon, anything like that. We probably bring a plate when we come to shoot with you. We ain't forget about you. It's really been a lot going on, and now we're going into 2021. Now we're getting it together now. So you're gonna be helping us. You're gonna be a part of our 2021.
I'm here, man. Well, many blessings to y'all. Y'all enjoy the family and holiday. We'll be in contact, and we'll chop it up soon.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love. Anybody need a personal trainer, you're free to hit me up anytime in my DM. at King Bron on my at King Bron page. It's gonna be a pleasure. I respond to people automatically. And I'm very open to working with anybody. As long as you're passionate and you have commitment, I have no problem working with you. I hope everybody have a safe and blessed holidays,
That's
and
right.
I look forward to anybody that's gonna be hitting me up.
King Bron here. Listen, dynamic duo. If y'all need them for visuals, hire them both. They could be your models. Bree, she's a dynamic dancer, choreographer, visual, art, everything. Like model, hit them both up, y'all. Hit them both up. That's a power. What they say, couple goals. I ain't couple goals, but they a power couple right there. They a power couple right there. And I appreciate y'all. So y'all go ahead. We want to sign off. God bless, and we'll talk soon. All right. Good night.
Have a nice night, brother.
Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, RC9 interviews, RC9INTERVIEWS. That was King Bron. Listen, hit him up on his website, www.bronfitness.com. Based out here in New Jersey. If you want some regimen, if you want a meal plan, whatever you need fitness-wise, this man has been doing it since he was 9 years old. Get at him and hit him up ASAP. I want all y'all to have a great Christmas tomorrow. Enjoy tonight with the family. If you're with the family, Happy New Year's. And until next time, God bless, good night, and Merry Christmas.